There are lots of different navigational aids that we use when we're out on a trail. You can see a trail and you could follow it, but all of a sudden you come to an intersection that we're at here and you're not quite sure where to go because trails go in all 4 different directions. On the Appalachian Trail, we are following this white blaze, which is about 2 inches by 6 inches and runs vertically. And that is our key. And you should be, anywhere you're standing, you should be able to look in front of you and see a white blaze and you'll know you're on the trail. There's another trail that joins the Appalachian Trail here called the Benton MacKaye Trail. And Benton MacKaye was very pivotal in the foundation of the Appalachian Trail. And there is a trail in his name, and you can see there's a white diamond. And you probably can't see it in the fog, but way down the trail, there's another tree with a white diamond. Yet another navigational aid, which my cousin Sandy is standing next to, is an actual sign that tells us Appalachian Trail and which way it goes. And over here, it affirms that the Benton MacKaye Trail goes in the opposite directions. Let me show you some more different blazes. All right, this is another symbol on the trail, and this is a double blaze. You can see that this blaze are 2 blazes stacked over each other, and that means that the trail is about to take a sharp corner. So it's kind of like a caution. You're on the right trail, but you need to make sure that you're paying attention. So let's see where this trail goes. It's going to go straight a little ways, and then, boy, it wasn't kidding. We have to take a really sharp left turn to follow down to that blaze on the big tree on the right. So that's another form of communication on the trail. And here's something unique that I have not seen on trails before is since we are now on a section of the Appalachian Trail that shares with the Benton MacKaye Trail, see this tree has an Appalachian Trail marker and this one has a Benton MacKaye marker. So it's going to continue to alternate, and then there's an Appalachian Trail marker, and the next one down the road is going to be a Benton MacKaye marker. There's a whole nother kind of blaze on the Appalachian Trail. And it's the same shape as an Appalachian Trail marker, but it's blue. And this is called a blue blaze. And blue blazes bring you off to scenic overlooks or shelters. So they're they don't count towards trail miles, but they are often leading you to something interesting. So let's go see what this one leads us to. This is called Long Creek Falls, and it's one of the first blue blazes on the Appalachian Trail coming northbound. About 5.5 or 6 miles in, and a pretty popular lunching spot, picnicking spot for hikers. Today with the rain, we're not going to picnic here, but it sure is beautiful, and we will collect some water and have some drinks. Another part of navigating on the trail is not just looking at the blazes on the trees, but we also carry paper maps with us. I have a paper map that has the route on it on one side and the elevation on the other side. In addition to the elevation, the green is the mountain part and the blue is the sky. It shows pictures so this shows how the mountains go up and down. But it also has these little red buildings, and that shows us where there are shelters on the trail. So on this map, you can tell that we can see what elevation we are, what the mountains are that we're going to have to go up and down each day. And across the top, you can see mileages as well, 3 miles, 6 miles, 9 miles, 12 miles. I have another paper map that's very similar. I have highlighted the places that I wanted to stay at. And you can also see on here that there are elevation changes, and there are descriptions in writing, information about the shelter. So let me see an example. Here's one, Low Gap Shelter. It shows us that it was 10 miles back to the last shelter and 22 miles up to the next shelter. It has a privy, it has water, it has tent space for 4 tents, and a shelter that accommodates 7 people, and it's at elevation 3,024. And then it talks about the water source on here. So this is how I know how I'm planning my days each day and where I'm planning to go. The third type of map is digital. On here, we have an app for the Appalachian Trail called Guthook's Guide. And this red line is the trail. And I can change that to show the elevation on here. So I can see, again, the blue is the sky and the green is the ground. So I can see if I zoom in and I open it up like this, I can find information. There's a P, that means that there's a parking lot there. That's Tesnatee Gap. That's where we had trail magic the other day. Somebody came and gave us food as a surprise. And if I look back here at this number 2, it will tell me there's a view there and the name of the mountain. If I open it, somebody put a picture there and has more information all about this mountain. So you can see we have lots of different resources that we use when we're out here hiking. And part of the key is having redundancy. Not only do we have what's painted on the trees, we also have digital mapping, we have paper mapping, and we have the written word. So we are covered in all aspects. So to Miss Sutton's class, who asked if we had seen any animals on the trail yet, the only wildlife we've seen so far is a snake, a couple of juncos and a couple of robins, which are both birds, a couple turtle doves, but look what we did find. He's not wildlife, but a stray dog, and we're gonna bring him to safety today. Thanks, Miss Sutton's class from Greenfield, New Hampshire, for asking that question. Such a good boy. You have been a delight, and I hope you find your owner soon. You're a good part of our trail family, Bozo. Yes, you are. You stay safe. So Bozo is going to the shelter, and the director of the animal control is a veterinarian who is going to check Bozo over and see how he's doing health-wise. He will be placed for adoption if they can't find his owner, and he will go to a no-kill shelter until then. So there is no chance that he will be euthanized. He will find a home from here. And they have my phone number. If something happens, then he will come home with either Sandy or I after this trip. So it's been a good day. We feel good about this. Ready? I am at the first state crossing line at mile 78.1. Can you guess where I am based on the next state that comes after Georgia going northbound?
Now zoom in.
I'm not going to reveal it.